Alright, well, I figured I'd bring you along for the ride. We are going to go ahead and put new line on my wife's fishing rod. Now, this is only, I think it's 3.5 pound test. I can't really read that anymore, so I can't really tell you what it is for sure, but I'm pretty sure it's 3.5 pound test. I also have another fishing rod, that a reel I might actually try to put on. I'm not sure if this will focus on that, but it is a really nice little reel. Yeah, it's focused. There we go. It is a nice reel. I might throw that on, but she likes her reel, so we're going to try to get it to function and just throw some line on it for her. Okay, it shuts off. Just to let you guys know, this one here is shooting in 4K, and on the Canon, of course, it only shoots in 1080p, 30 frames per second. So we're shooting in 1080p on the Canon. So, but I did want to throw some 4K video in, and so that's what we're going to shoot on the Lumix. That's why it's so hard for me to decide which one of these cameras. I really want to. If I'd had to get rid of them, which one would I keep? I love my Lumix because it has awesome video quality. The only thing that sucks about it is the autofocus on it. If they could fix that, this is the perfect camera. I wouldn't get another camera beside this. Love the color on it. Love the color science. It's got loads of settings on it. But there you go. Also, guys, I'm going to be recording the audio. I do have my video mic, my Rode video mic on that, and I do have my Takstar on the other camera. But I'm also recording video on my Blue Yeti microphone. That's hooked to my computer, so I'm gonna have to sync all that up later. I used to do this back before my second stroke, so this is gonna be a little tougher for me, but we're gonna try. So let's go ahead and get into this. So basically what we want to do is take off the hook and everything on the very end of this, so I don't hook myself, and then I can add line to it. So, and then what I'm going to do is I have a swivel right here. It's a quick disconnect swivel where all I have to do is pinch it with my fingernails and pull. And we'll see how that works. Then once I put new line on it, just tie this end back on and we're good to go. So I basically grab it with my fingernails and pinch it and pull, just like that. Pinch and pull, and it comes apart, just like that. And I'm going to go ahead and try to pull this line off of here so we can put new line on. Open the bail. And by the way, guys, when we go fishing, we all fish with open-faced reels, which are the ones that have the flip open bail on it. So I'm going to pull this line off of here, and when I get it done, we'll be back. Okay. Alright, we're going to go ahead. I already got the old line pulled off. We're going to go ahead and start putting new line on. But the first thing you have to do is you have to tie it to the reel. So the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take this line and I'm going to thread it through the rod. I'm not going to show that. Just you have to thread it through the end and run it down through. So I'm going to step out of frame. That's it. Alright, I got the line thread all the way through the fishing rod. I have my line spindle sitting on the table over there. Now I have to tie it to the fishing rod. I have to tie it to the fishing reel. Now before you tie this, you want to make sure that this bail is in the open position. And basically you just tie a slip knot on here. I'm just going to tie a loop, if I can see this. Alright, gotta get my old man glasses on so I can see what I'm doing. My old man glasses. Alright, which end is which? Okay, here it is. Here's the end. Now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to wrap this around and I'm going to make a loop and then knot it on the end here. So I'm going to wrap this around my fingers like that. And I'm basically going to tie this right around my fingers. It's so hard to do. when you're handicapped. Okay, tie this tight. Like that. Pull it tight. I want to pull this little slip knot tight now. Now, I don't want to make a really big knot because I don't want it to catch on the line. And then I'm going to cut off this, I'm going to snip off the excess here. So let me grab my, I gotta grab my clippers so I can snip off the end of that. Alright, got a pair of fingernail clippers and I'm just going to snip off the excess. I have the GoPro focused in on the close-ups. If I can do this. Make sure I cut off the right one. I'm running 4K on that one, so I can only record in like 10-minute clips or 5-minute clips. I forget. So to cut off this excess very carefully. That's it, my okay. I have it cut off fairly short. Now what I'm going to do is pinch it right by the knot, put it on the rod, and then pull. So hard to do with my stroke hand. What I'm doing is sliding that knot forward to just make it tight. Because what I don't want to do is for that knot to come out. Okay, I'm going to close the bail like that. We're ready to reel it up. That's all you need to do to reline or put new fishing line on your fishing rod. It's that simple. I do recommend filling the reel all the way up, which I'll show you. But I'm going to go ahead and stop now, and I'm going to get some help, somebody to hold that spool for me while I reel. Or I may hold it and have somebody else reel it because of my stroke hand. So when we come back, we're going to go ahead and reel up some line. Okay guys, so basically what I do is I have Noah over there holding the fishing rod. Get in frame. I'm in frame on both. Yep. He's holding the fishing rod, and what I'm going to do is hold the fishing line on a screwdriver, and I'm just going to put some tension on it. Okay, reel. Well, see, we got to get that. You're wrapped up in your leg. It's hooked around one of them little nose lights. You just got to lift it off this side nose light. There you go. Awesome. There, go and hook itself. Awesome. Okay, so okay, we are ready to go. I'm going to have him go ahead and start reeling, just like he would reel on a fish. And that's all you do, guys. I've got this on a screwdriver. I'm holding the fishing line, and he's just reeling away. And I'm just keeping a slight amount of pressure on it so it doesn't get any knots in it. And I have Noah over there just reeling it up like he's reeling in a fish from 1,000 yards away. And when we get the line to where the reel is completely filled, that's time to stop. I think we have enough line on here for about maybe 2 more reels. And once we get this on, we'll go ahead and come back. So I don't want you guys watching me holding this all day. So just keep an eye on where you're at, and when it gets like you buy it brand new, full of line, you know what I mean, then we're good. See how easy it is to put line on a reel? The hardest part is to get it tied on. Dude, you know how hard it was for me to get that tied on with my dead hand? Oh my God, was I out here cussing. Okay, take a look at it. How full is it? Hold it up like this so I can see it, straight up in the air. Up so I can see it. That's pretty good. That's pretty good. Okay, we're going to call that good. So, we got to be careful we don't get this tangled up. And go ahead and set it down on the table now. Lay it right down on the table where it was. Thank you, Noah. That's all I need. We've got all the line on that we need. Probably could have put a little bit more on there. I think it's going to be fine for what we need. So that's great. Now all we have to do is cut off the line. Make sure we hook the spare line back up on the spool, which we're going to do if I can do it with my clippers. Remember, this hand doesn't work so well recording. So we're going to take my line. Now you can do this yourself. Now the way I recommend doing it yourself is to take a screwdriver and put it in a drawer, in your kitchen. Put it in a kitchen drawer. Shut the drawer tight on it, but it's sticking in the air. Then put your line right over top of your screwdriver and just start reeling. The problem is you don't have any tension on it, so it's going to be reeled really loose on your reel. So that's why it helps to have somebody help you do it. So, all right, so I'm going to go ahead and just cut it off right here with my fingernail clippers, like that. Set it right there. Okay, that's it. Now I just want to take that piece of line that I pulled off the end of it and tie it on now. And the first thing I want to do, so I'm going to set this right here. And this split shot, all we have to do is pinch it. It should open up. Should. I doubt. I'm just going to pinch the end of it to open it up. That. And that's how you get rid of a split shot. Unless your split shot doesn't have that squeezy tab, then you're kind of screwed. But mine do. I always purchase them that way. So, and that's it. You want to make sure that your swivel is above your bobber. You want everything that's going to spin in the water below your swivel, which is right here. Okay, swivel is the last thing on your hook leader. Okay. Now we can tie this to the end of the fishing rod. We're done. Tying a knot with my stroke hand. Now the knots I tie are just slip knots. The best way to explain it is you run your line through what you're going to tie, like that. See? I ran my line through the swivel and put my hook and everything up here so I can keep an eye on it. And what I want to do is just make a loop, just like this. Okay, it's just folded back on itself like that. Okay. I don't know if you can see that line. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to wrap it around itself 8 times. So I'm just going to go 1, 2, come on, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. And take this end that you have left, and take that end and you want to put it through the loop. Put that through the loop, like that. Grab the end of it and pull, like that. That simple. And if it doesn't go down the whole way, wet it. Like that. And it will slide. It should slide. Well, it's not. There we go. It's down. Now there's a little bit of line sticking off of here. I don't usually like to have a lot of line hanging out, but it doesn't hurt to have like a quarter. A quarter or half-inch line sticking out. They're not going to see that. This is way away from the hook. Let me go ahead and cut off the excess. You don't want to cut it close because you don't want it to slip under strain. Okay, that's it. We are done. Now I will take the hook it back in the fishing rods. Oops, oh no. Damn it. hook it back in its fishing rod. Ouch. Hook on the fishing rod, and we're good. I'll usually go, if she hooked it back here, I like to hook it right where the reel goes into the rod, and then take up your tension. Like that. And you're good. This is done. Now I'll take it out in the yard and I'll cast it a couple times just to make sure that everything is good. But that's it. That is how you put new line on a fishing reel. So, hope you guys liked the video. And remember to like, share, and subscribe. And we will see you guys on the next one.